It is with profound sadness that we find ourselves undergoing yet another trial as a society. In the midst of incessant rains and an impeachment trial, we now find ourselves investigating the latest tragedy in Zamboanga City. Once again, it involves students. Once again, it involves firearms. Once again, it has cost lives. If we must quarrel as a country about many things, let's not quarrel about this. The safety of our children is paramount to us all. The children know few things about politics. They still have to discover and discern right from wrong. What is confounding is the cruelty of the crime. It is one of the few times where everyone is a victim. The shooter, grade A student, whoever young and troubled he may have been, is himself a victim of what I believe are video games inhabited by actors who induce terror, influencing young and infallible minds. The students, security guards, and others who were injured have no sin except being at the wrong place at the wrong time. We have much to do as a department. We have much to do as a country. As a department, the safety of everyone is paramount. Whether you're caught in a flood or a fire, or you find yourself in the crosshairs of a gunman, we should be protecting you. We should also protect ourselves. Gun ownership is a privilege accorded to those who need to protect themselves. But that privilege carries with it not only the responsibility of ownership, but the responsibility of safekeeping. One cannot exist without the other. We will take the necessary steps to ensure that this kind of tragedy can be prevented. If that hurts the sensibilities of you or of the many, then let your voices be heard. We will make the hard choices in order to protect the Filipino people. The social contract holds, the country will remain safe, and that is our duty. I call upon Congress to enact laws that will penalize gun owners for the non-safe keeping of their weapons. Sa dalawang nakaraan na shooting sa mga eskwelahan, pareho siyang government-owned, government-issued firearms to qualified personnel. Ngunit, sa parehong bagay ay hindi inalagaan yung mga baril. Ang penalty ng paggamit ng legal guns, kung kinuha lang ng bata at kinuha ng bata ang baril sa magulang o sa guardian, ang penalty ay reckless imprudence lamang. Walang penalty ang may hawak ng baril, ang may-ari ng baril. Ang penalty sa bata na bumaril ay treated as a juvenile. Isn't the owner of the gun equally responsible? I call upon Congress to review the laws on loose firearms. We went through the numbers. 98% of gun crimes are committed with loose firearms. The Robin Padilla law, which extinguished culpability and made it a bailable offense, has led to a surge of crime precisely because loose firearms is a bailable offense. I call upon Congress to make laws that make it once again non-bailable, that make it once again preventable. I call upon Congress to help us fight criminality, penalizing dismissed AFP and PNP personnel from owning not only firearms, but also their uniforms. Recent crimes have been committed by the use of dismissed AFP and PNP personnel using their previous uniforms and identifying themselves as police. That should be a crime as well. There are approximately 2.78 million firearms in the country. 2 million in the hands of private individuals, 780 in the hands of law enforcement. That goes with AFP, PNP, BGNP, Coast Guard, Bureau of Immigrations, Customs Police, NBI, and the others. this is a country where there are a lot of guns. But gun violence itself, legal gun violence itself, is not rampant. These are the few tragedies that are. So I ask Congress, help us, join us, help us fight criminality, impose the laws which will make a difference. Now, for the accounts which transpired during the shooting, I now turn it over to Chief Yeti.
Okay. Good morning to each and everyone. Of course, alam niyo yung kung ano nangyari. Yesterday, it was very sad and fortunate that we have another shooting incident. This is the second shooting incident that transpired inside the premises of the school. The first one, that shooting incident was in Tacloban last July 16, and the next is yesterday, early morning at about 7:40, upon entry of this student, a grade 5 student, coming from school with two firearms fired at the building inside the building of that school. After the conduct of initial investigation, the probers were able to recover the firearms that were used and ammunitions that were intended and were used in these two firearms, a caliber 40 firearm and a caliber 9mm firearm. It appears that there are three firearms, and in some social media there were insinuations or items that were seen or posted na appearing to be firearm. It's not. It's only a gadget for the 9mm, particularly for the caliber 40. Yun yung Ronin na ginagamit. Okay? And ammunitions that were used and for usage intended for these two firearms. Also recovered were the cellular phone and other effects. Especially, we need to investigate further the content of this cell phone, because the cell phone that were recovered were used in having this incident seen or naka-live stream siya. So we are looking into it. And several effects that are material to the conduct of investigation, especially so that we would like to find out the what's in the mind of this child. Having a firearm, shooting at his fellow students, his fellow minors, at kung bakit ginawa niya yon. And the PNP will be investigating all of this, such that as what our SILG will help in further making an action plan in order to make this community as a whole, and particularly the campuses or campus area, be safe. Lalong-lalo na nandito ang ating mga minors na ating mga anak at ating mga kapitbahay. And this will also pave the way for having a responsive or more responsive laws that we may implement, such that all of this will be for the peace and order and security of our community. Thank you.
I will add further facts according to our investigation. Ateneo de Zamboanga had ilang security guards? 25 security guards employed. 15 were on duty that morning. 10 were on duty that night. Yung kotse po ay, yung sistema po sa Ateneo ay basta sa gate ka pumapasok ng pedestrian, ay titignan yung bagbok. Yung bata po ay sumakay sa kotse ng kanyang ama at hinatid siya at hindi na po kinakapkap at hindi titignan basta sumakay sa kotse. Yung bata po ay dumiretso, bumaba, sa basement at tuloy-tuloy umakyat. Nakita rin po na ang bata po ay nag-live stream to a website called watchpeopledie.com. So, it gives us a scenario na sa kanyang intent ay mapakita sa mundo ang kanyang ginagawa. Furthermore, ang version na ginagamit niya o yung pamamaraan na ginagamit niya ay parang video game, first-person shooter. Nakakabit sa kanyang dibdib at habang ginagawa niya ay nila-live stream niya. Furthermore, there were 2 police vehicles outside Ateneo de Zamboanga. So kung preparation lang at deterrent, nakalagay lahat doon. But we need to go further. Fact number 1, yung may-ari ng baril, yung ama ng shooter, ay sinabi na ang kanyang gun bag ay naiwan niya lang sa kotse. At doon dinukot ng bata. We find it highly improbable. Basta nasa uniform police ka, nasa training niya yan ng gun safety and safekeeping. Lahat ng police dito sa tabi ko, ang turing nila sa kanilang baril ay parang asawa nila yan. Hindi nila iniiwan. Lagi nilang dala. Lahat kayo dito sa media, nandito ngayon, ay marami sa inyo ang gun owners. Meron ba sa inyong nag-iiwan ng baril sa kotse? We find that highly improbable. We still have to do forensic examination on the gadgets of the shooter. Hindi pa natin alam with certainty, but it is with great degree of confidence that he was influenced by the game of Roblox again, because of the manner of which we did it. Roblox in itself is not a dangerous game. It is the chat. It is the chat group that is beside it. Doon nagkakaroon ng biyuan. Doon nagkakaroon ng radicalization. I call upon Congress again to help us control and curb the use of first-person shooter games that influence these young minds. Australia had a great model. Bawal ang social media sa mga bata between so many years old. Baka panahon na tingnan natin yon. Hindi ko sinasabi yan lang ang solusyon. Pero hindi naman one size fits all ang solusyon dito sa problema na to eh. Maraming kailangan gawin. Maraming kailangan gawin ng PNP. Maraming kailangan magtulungan ng Kongreso. Kailangan tutulungan ang lahat na may-ari ng baril. I believe that gun owners should be penalized for the non-safe keeping of their guns. Ngayon, again, ulitin ko, ang liability ng owner ng gun ay para ka lang nagpahiram ng kotse at yung umiram ay nakasagasa. Reckless imprudence. Pumatay na napakaraming tao pero reckless imprudence lang ang charge sa may-ari ng baril. I believe again, loose illegal firearms should be non-bailable. I don't think there should be an argument about that. If 98% of the crimes in this country are committed with loose firearms, it is time for the Philippines to crack down on the owners of these loose firearms. Give us the weapons we need to curb crime, and we will do better. Together, Congress, the executive, the department, the PNP, and all other agencies working together will make sure that all of this does not happen again. But it is a community effort. Sama-sama tayo. The department, the gun owners, the chief executives of the various provinces, sama-sama kami lahat dyan. Sama-sama tayo lahat dyan. Kahit kayo, kasama namin dito. Questions?
Thank you very much, sir. We now proceed to the media question and answer. May we request everyone to keep your questions related to the issue being discussed. First to ask question is Ms. Leia Ilagan from UNTV.
Morning.
Morning.
Sec. Sir, hindi lang yung mga shooting incident sa eskwelahan ang mga nangyari. May mga stabbing din po. Sir, ang DILG po ba makikipag-ugnayan din sa DepEd? Ano kaya ang magagawa natin dun, sir, para sa pagbabantay sa mga eskwelahan?
Meron na kami memorandum circular na pipirmahan ng Department of Education. Number one, ang PNP ay nasa labas na ng lahat ng mga classrooms hatid sundo araw-araw. Pero ang hinihingi namin ay payagan yung mga barangay tanod ng maglagay ng station sa loob ng mga eskwelahan. Bakit? Kasi yung mga barangay tanod, kilala nila yung mga batang yan. Kilala nila. Pwede nilang kausapin. Pwede nilang sitahin. So, hinihingi namin na ay ng further security steps na pumasok doon. Number two, incidents of bullying should not be taken lightly. Nangyari yan sa Ateneo de Manila 10 years ago na may isang bully na ng Google Piron. Gumawa sila ng programa na mahusay sa Ateneo de Manila. At simula nun, hindi na nangyari ulit. Merong kantsawan na normal sa mga lalaki yan. Anak ko doon ang galing. Kasi sabi niya malakas ang kantsawan. Pero ang bullying halos wala na. So, there are steps that we can take together para mangyari yan. Pero may hakbang na kami ng DepEd para mangyari yan.
Sir, ano daw kaya ang nagtulak based sa initial investigation doon sa bata?
Hindi pa natin alam. It's too early to tell kung ano yan. We only will present you the facts.
Thank you po.
Next is June Veneracion from GMA.
Sec, prior to the shooting, may mga indications ba yung bata na gagawin niya yung ginawa niya?
As per reports, he was a grade A student. Parang top of his class. Top of his class siya. So, wala namang, so far, ang report ng Ateneo ay wala namang incidents of bullying sa kanya. We are going to check if there is kung ano ang nag-trigger ng kanyang depression. Kasi Roblox, yung chat group na yan, only encourages you. Pero deep down inside, may problema yung bata and we're trying to ascertain yan kung ano talaga siya.
Yung grade 10 student, Sec, was he the intended target or random victim?
We do not know. We do not know. Wala pa kami kasi hindi pa kompleto yung forensics nando doon eh. Pero for all accounts, yung bata daw yun eh, napakabait. Ano rin, honor student rin, pareho niya. Parang lahat ng biktima, wrong place at the wrong time. Ano nangyari?
Thank you, sir. Alfred Dalizon from People's Journal to be followed by Edniel Parosa ng DZRH.
Morning, Mr. Secretary. Sir, pwede ba namin malaman ilang bala ang pinutok nung bata and how many live ammunition ang nakuha na pwede pa niyang magamit para mamaril pa ng iba before he killed himself?
Okay. That is the thing that we would like to find out. Sinabi ko kanina, voluminous ammunitions were recovered that intended for Glock caliber 40 and Glock 9mm. And these items were either spent shells, bullet, nandito na sa harapan. Firearms, there are two firearms, one 9mm and caliber 40. If you're talking about live ammunition, there were two 9mm and 5 caliber 40. Ibig sabihin yan, unfired. Fired cartridges, ito yung mga kapsula. Fired cartridges 4 for 9mm and caliber 43. If you're saying that kung ilan ang nagamit ng firearms, ayun, there are 7. 7 fires. 7 yes, sir. A minimum of 7 firing, 4 from 9mm and 3 for caliber 40. Kaya sinasabi natin minimum kasi siyempre ang paghawak or ang ng scene is through this physical evidence. And then we're still interviewing or investigating each and everyone na nandun kung ilan yung narinig nila. Kasi malalaman natin yan kung meron pang hindi natin nare-recover. Maybe somebody pick it up or what. No? So that's the minimum.
Sir, last question to SILG, sir. Sir, pangatlo na po to na yung sa Tacloban, baril ng Andy. Merong nakuhang sa Region 12, student, may dalang baril ng kapatid na army.
That's right.
And this time, tatay naman baril niya.
That's it. Pangalawa lang yung
Sa
active.
na-active.
Isa recovered.
Yeah. Pero how are you addressing this problem, sir? Yung negligence.
That is
ng
exactly
mga law
what I'm
enforcement.
saying. The law has to be stronger. Lahat ng mga uniform personnel, meron yung rules na kailangan nilang sundin. Number one nga dyan yung safekeeping, lalo na kung inuuwi. Lahat yan trained. But you are talking about over 700,000 gun, yung legal gun owners ng uniform personnel, AFP and PNP, Coast Guard and BI. 700,000 yan. These two are too many. Despite the large number, it's a small percentage. Sobra na ang nangyari. So we will revisit and we will retrain and we will reiterate their responsibility. Ang frustrating dito, talaga para sa akin, ang responsibility nila ay hindi akma sa krimen na nangyari. Dapat dyan, equally responsible ang gun owner. Again, I want to work with Congress para matapos na to. Para bigyan ng ngipin ng batas for legal and especially illegal firearms.
Edniel Paroza from DZRH.
Hi, Shek, how did we come up doon sa info na Roblox, again, yung naging avenue para ma-radicalize itong bata? Nakita ba natin, sir, yung initial na trail ng pag-uusap nila through Roblox?
So far, may witnesses na nakita siya naglalaro niyan. Pero wala pa kaming, hindi pa tapos ang forensic examination ng kanyang gadgets. So far, we would call it third hand ang nagsabi na gumagamit siya ron. But from the pattern, yung pattern na ginagamit niya na naka-live video feed tapos nilagay niya doon sa letthemdie.com, parang na-radicalize talaga yung bata. The child, according to reports, was a very exceptional student. Number 1 in his class. So, never had behavioral problems. So, we are going to go through all of his gadgets para ma-ascertain namin na talagang ginamit niya yung Roblox para dito.
Sir, yung bago ngayon sa kaso na to, lumalabas na may isa pang platform aside from Facebook na pinag-livean siya, yung website na Watch People Die. Anong motibo, bakit kailangan i-live stream doon, sir? Anong initial info natin?
We cannot tell. Again, sa tingin ko lang, ni-recreate niya yung scenario na nakikita niya sa video games sa real life. So that's the only realistic na nakikita natin.
And sorry, sir, tama ba na itong website ng Watch People Die, may mga, sino yung audience pala rito, sir?
Hindi ko rin alam. First time I heard of it, na lumabas lang sa report namin. Ang kausap niya kasi matanda na, hindi naman ako nag-video games kaya hindi ko alam yung mga ganyan But we will examine further kung ano talaga yun.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Karen de Guzman from ABS-CBN.
Morning, Sec. Sec, yung naging palaisipan talaga kung paano po napasok yung mga firearms na apparently ay hindi po na-check doon sa loob ng sasakyan. Dahil nangyari po ito sa school, meron din po bang liability yung teacher at yung guard na nandun sa school?
Again, wala. As of now, wala. Ang kailangan na napalitan yung protocol. Kasi yung protocol nila, lahat ng mga private schools, pag kotse dumadaan, hindi na titignan. Pag pumapasok sa pedestrian gate, titignan. Gano'n rin naman yung mga public schools natin Kasi titignan sila ng mga tanod, yung mga pulis ando doon. Pero dito kasi, pinapasok yung kotse diretso papunta sa eskwelahan at walang sitahan.
So sa tingin niyo po ba may lapses or may kailangan i-review doon sa
Review
protocol
lang.
na yan?
Review lang. They've been doing the same thing for the last 50 years. Ganun ang ginagawa nila. Nailan nangyari to. So they have to review and they have to reformat their security measures.
Sek, ang lumalabas po ngayon ay parang influence po siya nung gaming platform na sinasabi po ninyo. Pero may nabanggit po si Mayor, may kinalaman din po ba doon sa pagka-pressure niya sa kanyang grades, knowing na siya po
Well,
ay honor student?
Tinitignan namin yun kasi nga number 1 siya sa class niya as of report. So titignan namin kung anong status ng mga grades niya. You have to understand that it is barely 26 hours since it's happened. So we will go through everything. Wala kaming stones unturned, pero titignan namin na lahat ng angle na yan. Narinig rin namin yung angle na yan, but hindi namin pwede sabihin for sure kasi hindi pa namin na-interview yung teacher na may hawak ng grades niya.
Thank you, ma'am. Eden Santos from Net25.
Last one, uli na to. Okay na? Meron pa? Oh. Okay.
Secretary
Yes.
Eden Santos po from Net25. Ito pong mga ganitong insidente ng karahasan sa mga paaralan ay parang gina-justify lang nito yung pangangailangan po ng confidential fund ng Department of Education. Sa tingin ninyo?
I have no say on that. That's a trap question eh. So, wag na natin puntahan yan. Okay. I cannot talk for the Department of Education. I am not party to what they have, kung ano meron sila. But that question is loaded and unappreciated. Okay?
Na-assume nyo lang po yan. What particular laws po yung gusto ninyo, Secretary, na ipasa po ng Kongreso aside from yung tungkol sa loose firearms?
Well, I have said it already. Number 1, all gun owners, whether armed, whether uniformed or private, should have a punitive damage or should have penalties kung may ibang gumamit ng baril nila at nakapatay. Dapat yan. It is not as simple as a car na nakabangga. Ito ay buhay na nakasalalay. So, dapat may accessory penalties yan kung may ibang gumamit ng baril nila. Dapat, na number 2, we are looking at only one incident. But 98% of the incidents are loose firearms. 98%. Ang hinihingi ko sa Congress ay i-repeal na ang Robin Padilla Law at gawin ulit non-bailable ang loose firearms.
Loose firearms po yan, ano? What about po yung sinusulong Secretary na babaan po yung edad? Gawing 12? Or ano pong natin nyo dyan?
Ano pa yan? Kailangan pag-aralan rin. Kasi yung age of discernment na pinasa nila dyan, may problema rin ang PNP dyan. Kasi marami kaming nauhuli na drug mules ay 14 and below. Dahil alam nilang hindi makukulong. So even that has to be revisited kung ano ang gagawin.
Thank you,
Pero
ma'am.
last na lang po. Pero yun pong stand po ng DILG or kayo mismo personally, dapat bang babaan na talaga yung edad?
That is a discussion we must have with Congress. Kung anong gagawin.
Thank you po.
Thank you, ma'am. Mr. Secretary, we have 3 more questions from Bea Pineza, IBC 13, Mark Macalala, DCWB, and Marlene Padiernos from DZMM.
Okay, book mo ngayon.
Sir, good morning. Ginagaya kita, sir.
Mahaba book mo ngayon.
Yes, sir.
Mahaba na. Bagay. Sir.
Thank you, sir. I'm flattered. Anyway, sir, going back to the issue, no, I just wanna ask po, kasi there are some informations na medyo different siya dun sa iba't ibang statement po kasi, no. May info na nagbaril sa sarili, may info na
Yes.
nahulog sa 5th floor. Ano po ba talaga ang tunay na
Ang final finding natin ay nagbaril sa sarili, yung bata. Hindi siya tumalon. Mali yung initial report sa amin. Hindi siya tumalon. Nagbaril siya sa sarili.
Pero sir, ano ba to? Na-corner po ba siya ng mga authorities or...
Ito, hindi. Parang hindi. Parang mag-isa siyang gumawa doon. Everything happened between the span of parang 2 minutes to 3 minutes lang yan. Eh, no? Within 2 minutes lang yan eh. So, kahit yon yung reaction ng mga security guards, hindi pa sila umabot doon kung nasaan siya.
Sir, last on my end, kasi may mga info din po na hindi naman daw po yung student na namatay yung target nitong
Hindi natin alam kung sino target niya talaga.
Pero tinitignan ba natin, sir, yung merong parang pagkukulang sa teachers? Kasi may mga info po na binuli at ipinahiya itong
Again,
estudyante.
we're still at the stage of investigating. Hindi pa natin alam kung nabully siya, kung grade siya, we still have to go through all the records para malaman lahat yan.
Pero isasama natin, sir, yung mga school staffs and
Yes,
such.
everyone. Pupunta kami sa Buanga bukas ng umaga ni Chief to personally oversee the investigation para makita lahat yan.
Thank you, Secretary.
Okay.
Thank you po.
Thank you, ma'am. For our last question from Marlene Padiernos, DZMM.
Sir, ako one question lang po, clarification lang. Kagaya po nung sa Tacloban, ito po bang CICL natin, meron din po ba siyang kasanayan or idea sa paghawak o paggamit ng baril?
According to the father, wala. According to the father, wala. But we will investigate all shooting ranges kung nakikita yung bahay doon. Kasi maraming shooting range doon sa vicinity ng kung saan nangyari yun. So we are investigating kung meron silang sightings ng batang yun. But according to the father, wala siyang experience.
Tapos, sir, doon po sa data natin, dalawa patay kasama si CICL. Pero may mga nasugatan po ba? Ilan po yun?
Injured, one female, 15-year-old, injured siya, sustained gunshot wound on her back. Under stable condition. One, graze lang. Yung, graze lang. Parang napaso lang yung likod niya. Yung isa naman ay 16-year-old student, male, hinimatay nung nagkakaroon ng commotion.
So, sir, yung pang kumakalat po na info na may guard daw po na namatay or nadamay,
Fake
walang
news.
ganon?
Walang ganon.
Fake news.
Walang ganon.
Thank you, sir.
So
Thank you, Sec.
ang sinasabi namin sa inyo ngayon is to give you the full picture. Kasi in the absence of a briefing like this, nauuna ang fake news eh. So just to make it clear, okay? Para klaruhin lang to. Ang tinamaan, dalawa ang namatay. Yung CICL at saka yung injured. Isang babae na graze bullet on her back, tsaka isang hinimatay. Walang security guard na binaril. Walang teacher na binaril. Walang high-powered firearms na ginamit. Okay?
Thank you, Sec.
Yes. Lahat kaka-active drill lang ha, kaya it could have been worse. But again, ang hirap magsalita ng ganyan eh. Everyone is still mourning and everyone is still in shock. We are picking up the pieces of what happened. To ask us kung ano naging effect o hindi is unfair to us and unfair to the parents. Parents ng namatayan at parents ng pumatay. It is unfair to them to put them in that spotlight. So, wag natin puntahan yan. Yes, the active shooting work, the active drill work, nung pumutok yung mga baril, nag-lock yung mga according to drill. Andun yung mga police, nag-respond, pero nasa 4th floor. Before they could get to him, nagsarili na siya. So, yes, it's fair to say that everyone practiced protocols. It is fair to say that everyone who was there, yung dapat doon, yung police na doon, security guards na doon. I just don't want to, I am filled with compassion to everyone, to the victims, not only to those who were shot, but to the entire Ateneo community and all parents in the country. Sino bang hindi maawa dito? Everyone is now doubting. Wag ho kayong matakot. Andito po ang PNP. We will keep you safe. We will do everything. Pero kailangan nito to whole of nation approach. Kailangan namin ng Congress. Kailangan namin ng mga tao. Everyone has to learn from this experience.
Sir, listen. Maybe anong baril yung ginamit ng bata?
We don't know yet. 9mm ang ginamit niya. Outside the 40. Dalawa, 40 caliber at saka 9mm. 9mm yun sa sarili niya. Okay, thank you very much.